Nice fetch. Ace, wrong bird. Get over here, kid. Hey, come on, kid. I swear he's going to catch that dove if he keeps going. Come on. Good girl, Shiloh. That's a good girl. Come on, kid, right here. Fetch. There you go.
Got out to Montana day before opener. Plenty of time to get camp set up.
All right. A little ribeye action for dinner. This is the winter well stove. Absolutely love this stove. And I also got the pipe oven. I'm actually going to finish the potatoes in there. Opened it up to cool it off just a little bit. One thing I will warn you about this though, if you do end up getting one of these, I'll save you a learning curve. You really got to be careful how much, you know, you get the fire going in the stove. And once you get it going and you get the heat where you want it, you just add tiny pieces of wood after that to keep the temperature where you want it so it'll cook evenly for you. Made that mistake with the pizza. Pizza was still good, but it was done in like 7 minutes. Oh well. That's gonna be good.
You just can't beat solo camping out on the prairie. No people, no big city, no concrete jungle, coyotes howling at night. Really tough to beat in my opinion. Very peaceful.
Mr. Jackrabbit, huh, Shies?
Since it was Shiloh's birthday yesterday, and she's the oldest dog, she gets the first run. It wasn't an uneventful run. We just couldn't get anything pinned. She ended up getting a little too close to these birds here.
There we go, Shies. Damn it. Huh? Let's go, girl, Shies. There you go. Hey, okay. You know, she's got a nice little cactus right here. Let's see if we can get that. Come here, Shies.
Oliver got the second run of the day. I ended up talking to a rancher after this, and he had told me that there was a guy that comes up about 2 weeks before season and runs a string of 30 dogs. You could definitely tell these birds have been run on a little bit. You can see them flushing off in the distance on us here. And then Oliver works his way up this hill, and you can see him flushing on the next hill over. Pretty jumpy birds.
Look at him. Boy, are these birds jumpy.
Ollie ended up running right through this next bird, after which he had a real nice point on a Sharpie, but I failed to get my safety off in time.
Oh, Ollie.
Definitely not his fault.
Oop. Oop. Oh, what? Oh, Ollie, I'm sorry. Oh man. Dang it. That was not his fault at all. Get over here, boy. Come on. Come here. Oliver, come. Oliver, come. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, buddy. That was my fault. You had him pinned.
Then Ollie ended up getting a little too close to these huns. But I'd have to say these huns were just a tad bit jumpy too.
I don't think that coyote wants me out here. He's way up on that hill over there. I don't know what I'm pretty sure the GoPro's not picking this up. Comes up that little hill into the next indent and he's standing right there looking at me, scolding me. I hear you, buddy. I'm just passing through. Here we go, Ollie. Ooh, Ollie.
Oliver with a really nice stick on a covey of Sharpies here. We end up going a little backwards though on our retrieve, which I worked so hard on last year. Had him retrieving. I think it's just a hiccup. We don't lose any birds, but we definitely have something to work on again.
Ooh. Whoop. Oop. Ooh, yep. Touch him up, Ollie. Come here.
We don't live in an area where we have the opportunity to run on wild birds all the time.
Hold.
But I do end up working with him and frozen birds in the off season.
Hold.
Obviously, we still have a little bit more to work on. Right here was more of a wild flush than anything else, but I wanted to give Oliver another opportunity to retrieve.
Touch him up, Ollie.
And another denial to retrieve. We didn't lose the bird. And actually, once we got back home, he denied me the first couple times at home, too. Ace got the third run of the day. Starting to get a little bit warm here. But he ends up making a nice point here. Not really what we're looking for, though.
Whoa, Ace, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Ooh. Good. Whoop. Whoop. Ooh. Whoa. Hey, hey. Whoa. This is worrying me a little bit. Is that a porcupine? No, it's a deer. Okay, right there. Mule deer. Muley doe. Well, that's better than a porky. Good boy, Ace. You're getting a lot of firsts in your life, aren't you, kid?
As we were nearing the end of his run, I wanted to stop, give him a drink,
All right.
take a little time to rest.
Hey, hey, hey.
We had jumped some spooky sharpies, and I knew where one of them
We got a
ended up.
grouse over there in the bush. We're gonna go shake hands with him. You wanna go shake hands with that grouse, buddy? Huh? Let's go get him.
Ace ended up doing a pretty good job on this one. This was his first sharptail, at least being out solo anyway.
You got him, Ace. Let's get him, boy. Good boy. Oh, we got him. Got him on the second one. I'm glad too, because that's a good bird for Ace. Fetch him up, Ace. There we go. And here we go. That's a boy. Come on, kid, right here. Fetch. Ace, come. Come on. There we go. Nice, Sharpie. Got a boy, Ace. Good job, kid.
What's on the spit tonight, you might ask? Sharptail dinner with potatoes in the pipe oven. Second morning started out with a nice stick by Shies.
Oh, Shies. Oop. Come on, girl. Come on, fetch. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. There we go, huh? All right. There we go. That's a nice little young sharptail for the morning. Nice point there by Shies.
We hadn't gone much further. Ace ended up pointing a Sharpie on the other side of these bushes. I was going to go around to flush this bird, and it ended up flushing out behind me.
Good girl, Shiloh. Nice job. Nice job. Here we go. Got a nice start going this morning. Gonna be a hot one today, so we're only gonna have so much time. Good boy, Holly.
Water holes are few and far between out in Montana. We ended up finding this one. It was a nice little spot to give the dogs a little break.
If this isn't at least part of the experience you're going for, the birds are great, right? Dogs are great, but come on. It's a big part of the experience. I hope there's a lot of guys not missing this part. We got into a lot of birds this morning. Not a lot of shooting, but we've got into a lot of birds. I'm just taking a second to kind of take this all in. Gorgeous country.
These birds were kind of running up through this coulee. The dogs were kind of pointing, chasing, pointing, chasing. Dogs never did have these birds pinned. I kind of wish I wouldn't have shot here.
There she is. Boy, we start every year like this, don't we, Shies? Huh? Got into a nice group of Sharpies there. 2 different groups. Oliver had this group pointed right here. We had another group pointed right down here. Shiloh never really point, well, she did point them, but then they started taking off. And then we came back up through here, and Oliver pointed this group right here, and they were kind of running up through here and got up to the top. And we ended up getting one of them here at least. That's a good boy, Ollie.
Sometimes due to the wind, you end up bumping birds. Unfortunately, it happens. It's frustrating, but sometimes what you want in the end, you have to pass on these birds even though they're easy shots. Once we got to this spot here, I ended up with a wild flush off to the right.
Fetch! Good girl. Oh, good girl. 2 feet short. Oh, you're something else. Another beautiful sharptail.
We didn't go too much further, and if you notice right here, Shiloh ends up on point, and Ace backs her right at the last second.
Yep. Shiloh's on point right there. Nice job, Shies. Touch him up.
After this clip, you'll notice Shiloh is coming back with the retrieve, but I end up taking a shot at a wild flush off to the right. She ends up dropping the bird.
Oh, I missed that one. Had to come down in here and find that bird. I shot at that second one. Shiloh dropped it. And there it is. There we go. Having a pretty decent morning. Nice job, Shies. Easy.
If you're gonna hunt Montana, be prepared for these.
Got him.
Ace was on point here, Shiloh backing.
Touch him up. Come on, Shies. Come on, kid. Come on, Shies. Good girl. Good girl. There goes a few more. We're limited, though. There's a nice older bird there. Beautiful Sharpie. I think, Ace, huh?
The next morning we woke up. I ended up giving the dogs a day off. With the heat and everything the 2 previous days, they definitely needed a rest. Personally, I don't think anything beats breakfast on the prairie. The last morning we got up early, packed up camp, and this was the ranch we started on. We did end up getting a Sharpie off of this piece. Saw a couple coveys. Then ended up hunting one last spot, which ended up being on the same ranch. And ended the trip very nicely. First bird of the last day, I ended up flushing myself.
Touch him up, Chaz. Good girl. Come on, fetch, guys. That's a mouthful there, huh, kid? Oop, almost tripped. There's a nice Sharpie there. Good way to start the day. Awesome. Come on, Ace, buddy.
And here I ended up finding the second mule deer shed of the trip. But I probably should have been paying a little bit closer attention to my dogs.
Not a giant shed or anything, but there's a little muley shed. Very cool. Nice little find.
I missed the first bird. Ended up getting the second bird that flies out of frame. And then Shiloh spins back around, ends up pinning another bird. Unfortunately, I ended up making a good shot on that bird.
Come on. Good girl, Shiloh. That's a good girl right there, huh? There we go. Now that's the way we're going to end the trip. There's a beautiful Sharpie. Sitting here admiring my shed that I found. Not paying attention to the dogs. Not paying attention to what's going on. And nice covey of Sharpies right here. Come on, Ace. We got one more to find. Come on, Shice, let's go find it. Come on. Ace, come. Come on, kid. There we go. Come on. Good job. Yeah, there we go. There we go, kid. Oh, and there we go. My double, I think. I think I missed the first shot. Doubled after that. Does that count? Come on, guys. A little bit further, and we're going home. Come on, Chase.
Shiloh has this last bird of the trip pinned, but after the shot, there was a random dove that came through. I'm pretty sure Ace thought I was shooting at that.
Nice fetch. Ace, wrong bird. Get over here, kid. Hey, come on, kid. I swear he's going to catch that dove if he keeps going. That's a good girl. That's a good girl right there, huh? Come here, kid. That a girl. That a girl. There we go. Another Montana, beautiful Montana Sharpie. That was a nice right to left cross there. Pretty happy with that shot, actually. Sitting there thinking as I was getting ready to make that shot, better lead him, better lead him. And that ends it. What a day. Come on, Ace. I think if I'd have let Ace go, he'd have eventually caught that dove. I don't know what was wrong with that thing, but that dove was staying really close to the ground the whole way, and he was not far behind it. I think he thought I was shooting at that. Come on, boy.
What a great way to end an awesome trip. Early season sharptails, uncovering some of the things the dogs and I should be working on. Solo camping on the prairie, just me and the dogs. Waking up a couple hours early every night just to watch the prairie come alive each morning. Listening to the coyotes go off every night. Each of us ends up with an experience of our own when it comes to being out on the prairie. But for me, I think I was born 150 years too late.